D2 Word
Welcome to
Life.
the biggest fucking Royal Rumble that there has ever been, with 50 fucking superstars that were in the blistering heat. And
Yeah.
his favorite fucking Rumble.
Okay, D2 Word Life here with Rip. Always interrupts me when I'm trying to do the intro tides here. And besides, I don't know why you're so fronting and so mad. You even said yourself this was your favorite Royal Rumble event.
No, 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 no. You're the one that said that you enjoyed this.
I mean, I never said
This is why
anything.
you picked it.
I mean, I remember you specifically telling me you wanted to put Braun Strowman in Hall of Fame during a Royal Rumble freaking match tier. Or winners tier. You motherfucker. But yes, today we are reviewing the greatest Royal Rumble. But the main event had 50 superstars in it. And did the winner get a title shot at some point down the line? You bet your ass they did not. And this took place on April 27, 2018 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at the King Abdul Sports City Stadium with an attendance of 60,000 people.
No.
And the commentators for this event were Byron Saxton, Corey Graves, and your boy Michael Cole, who you were sad
No.
was not a participant in this match. And the ring announcer was Greg Hamilton. So yeah, we started this out with the Saudi Arabia, with the national anthem of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia being played, followed by the United States national anthem. Then we get to the opening video package focusing on the title matches plus the 50-man Rumble itself. And then, they do the pyro display at the start of the show like they usually did at some point during this period for big shows like this.
Yeah.
They've got welcome to the show by the commentators, as well as getting a look at the freaking greatest Royal Rumble trophy for the winner of the match. Wow, a trophy and a title belt and everything. Yeah, they talked about the title belt later. Right? And then we go into our first match of the night, which was Triple H versus John Cena, one-on-one for the last time ever, since both of them were both one apiece in their respective careers on pay-per-view. With Cena winning at WrestleMania 22 and Triple H winning at Night of Champions in 2008. The Night of Champions show we still need a review, by the way.
Yeah. But we'll get to that eventually.
Yep. And of course, Triple H came out, made his entrance out first. The crowd went wild like they usually would, despite him being a heel at this point. And of course, Cena freaking got a big ovation for his entrance as well. It's like being surrounded by a bunch of kids with him on the stage, dressed in his gear like usual, Make-A-Wish stuff. Which I'm like, okay, that's respectable, all right. Yeah, then Cena ran down the ring, pyro went off everywhere, and after the smoke and mirrors have evaporated, pretty much calmed down, we get to the match itself. Yeah, and what did we see? Well, it started with a stare down between the two, and then Triple H freaking pushed Cena down, with Cena freaking following suit afterwards. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at one point, freaking Triple H kicked Cena in the gut, hit a running shoulder tackle, and then Triple H mocked Cena with a "You can't see me" gesture.
Yeah, and then Triple H reversed it and did the exact same thing, and then the DX chop.
Yeah, and at one point during the match, we did see a test of strength spot between the two, which none of them really got the advantage over the other one, from what I saw, right? Doing that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at one point, Cena freaking fought out of a pedigree near the middle. This was the middle of the match. Teased an A or an FU, whatever, but Triple H held to the ropes, so Cena hit a spinning slam on a Triple H. And then Cena tried the five knuckle shuffle, but Triple H countered into a suplex, and then he did the whole "you can't see me" and "suck it" gesture, like you were saying earlier,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then later on, near the end of the matchup, Cena freaking connected with a FU or an attitude adjustment. Triple H kicked out literally at 3.999, right? Two count.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Triple H then countered another FU into a pedigree for a 2 count as well. So both of them were kind of even here, kicking out of finishers. Yeah, then Triple H countered an STF freaking submission hold into a crossface, which Cena powered out of it. And this was the end of the match. Cena nailed an FU onto freaking Triple H, followed by a slingshot into the turnbuckle, and then another FU for the pinfall win.
Funky flip, but yeah.
Yeah, but still, I didn't really describe what happened throughout this match, just the important parts here, and the ending here. Your thoughts on this one? And there's some other spots I didn't mention that stuck out to you in this opening contest.
It was good. They were both coming off of victories and losses from WrestleMania. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon lost to Angle and Rousey.
Yeah,
And Cena.
then Cena lost to The Undertaker at WrestleMania in like less than 5 minutes
Yeah, Cena lost to Taker.
in a squash match, which has been documented. So John Cena won the match. Fans are happy about it. And of course, after the match, Cena did a promo about how it was an honor and a privilege to be part of an event like today or like this one, right? And then Cena said, regardless of what's going on in his universe, he was not going to miss this event for anything in the world. Basically, this was like the start of part-time Cena doing Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Basically, is what he was hitting at, saying, "Yeah, no matter what's going on, I wouldn't miss this event," right? And then Cena then told the fans to enjoy the rest of the night, and he left to end the promo off, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, your thoughts on that whole Cena promo after the match as a whole?
It was a good match.
Yeah, and the post-match promo shows what kind of a character Cena is, or was and still is. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, at this time, Cena was the poster boy for never give up. And he never, ever gave up, didn't he?
Fuck off.
Should I say it right here? Nah. It's like, nah, I'm already irritating you enough with it. Right? Yeah, and then we get a commercial hyping up every pay-per-view on the old WWE Network, and that made me miss the old WWE Network. Now it's all scattered all over the place with different platforms. Makes you realize we didn't know how good we had it then until it was gone, am I right?
Yep.
Nowadays, you can't even watch all of the Raws anymore on friggin' Netflix. They don't have them all available. SmackDown's probably going to be following suit on Netflix right now. And, of course, the big one, and the one that everyone hates, ESPN. Just to watch current pay-per-views. Am I right?
Yeah.
But either way, the Cruiserweight title match was next, and it was Cedric Alexander defending against Kalisto here.
Well, technically, it was supposed to be fucking I forget who it was, but Kalisto made the weigh-in.
Yeah, this was part of their freaking 205 live freaking show. Cruiserweight title was on there. Okay. Okay, just a quick pause here. Do you even remember the 205 live show? Because I never seen one episode.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I never seen one episode. Probably that's one of the reasons why I went down the drain. And nobody was really watching that back then. And of course, Kalisto got the advantage early by nailing a Hurricane Rana onto freaking Alexander, sitting him out to the floor, right?
Yeah.
Then he hit a springboard attack on Alexander outside, and then, of course, back in the ring, Alexander got the advantage over Kalisto over Kalisto, and Alexander hit a somersault dive over the top rope, took Kalisto back out on the floor, right?
Yep.
That was actually pretty impressive to see at the start of this match. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I mentioned that here. Yeah, then back in the ring, then later on, back in the ring, Alexander kept grounding Kalisto, wrist locked to the mat, playing the mat wrestling game here, trying to ground the high flyer. Until Kalisto turned it around with a snap Hurricane Rana, followed by a tornado DDT for a 2 count. That could have freaking ended anybody in quick fashion. Not on this night, right? And of course, Alexander freaking hit the Michinoku driver for a 2 count on Kalisto here. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen that move in years. And no, I haven't been going back to watch Taka Michinoku matches. I know that's who made that move famous.
Yeah. But he only got
a 2 count. Freaking Kalisto ended up hitting a springboard Spanish fly variation for a 2 count.
Well, he hurt himself.
Of course, Alexander then went for the lumbar check, but Kalisto reversed it with a Hurricane Rana. And then Kalisto then tried the Salida del Sol at the end, but Alexander.
Oh no! When he did the freaking Hurricane Run, he spiked his ass into the fucking mat.
Yes, but either way, freaking Alexander reversed the Salida del Sol attempt into a lumbar check, his finisher for the pinfall win to retain the cruiserweight championship. Anyway, your thoughts on this one?
It was okay, I guess.
I mean, we got to see Kalisto do lucha things. And yes, I'm taking the piss out of what he said 2 years prior at that draft show.
It says lucha, lucha, lucha. I'm like, we get it.
I thought the match was okay. I mean, I've seen better cruiserweight title matches, but I've seen worse too. So this one kind of like is average in the middle to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we immediately go to the Raw Tag Team Title match. And remember, it was Sheamus and Cesaro taking on the leaders of worlds, Bray Wyatt and the Woken Matt Hardy, or WWE's version of Broken Matt Hardy. Right?
Well, it was Broken Matt Hardy, but they called him Woken.
Vince McMahon only had that be Woken Matt Hardy just so he can own the rights to it, since Matt owns the rights to the Broken Hardy gimmick. Just worded differently, still the same character.
They really dropped the ball on this tag team, though.
Oh, and what was the reason why the Raw tag team titles at the time were vacant or vacated?
Because Braun Strowman and a kid freaking won them at WrestleMania, and then the next night they literally had to relinquish him because the kid had school.
Yeah, and apparently, according to rumors at the time, the 10-year-old kid that Braun Strowman won the tag titles with that Mania 34 with was referee John Combs' son. So, yeah, it wasn't just a random kid, it was the son of an employee. Right?
No, it was a random. No one knew who that was.
Well, I'm just saying that's the reports that came out after the show, after Mania 34.
And Braun Strowman could have gave two shits. He just fucking picked a random person from the crowd.
And I'm just like, yeah, and now this event's 8 years old, so that means that kid's now 18. I'm like, wow. If he wanted to, he could actually train to be a wrestler for real.
Yeah,
At this point, or near this point, whatever, right?
yeah.
But anyway, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt came out first with their two theme songs kind of mashed into one. First version was Matt Hardy's theme, then the Bray Wyatt's theme song, and then Matt Hardy's theme to end it off when they were in the ring. And then Sheamus and Cesaro came out. I'm just like, this was an underrated great tag team. That rivals turn tag team. You know what I mean?
Like I said, they dropped the ball with the Deleters of Worlds.
Yep.
They really did drop the freaking ball with that one because they could have gone on a little longer. Maybe a year longer or so as a tag team.
Yep.
But no!
So Matt Hardy and Cesaro started the matchup with Matt Hardy doing the delete chants with the crowd freaking out. And what the hell was Cesaro freaking chanting back?
Bar.
Oh yeah, it was delete bar, delete bar, delete. I'm like, what the hell?
They wanted to press the delete bar.
The delete bar. There you go. Yeah, that would be like Steve Austin and Ric Flair getting into a little one-worded argument. Instead of delete and bar, it would be woo what, woo what, woo what. Right?
Woo! What? Woo! What? What?
Exactly. I mean, that's what I got out of it when I seen that. I'm like, what the hell? Right?
Yeah, that's literally all they were going. Matt was going delete, and Cesaro said the bar, delete the bar, delete the bar.
Delete the bar. And then Daniel Bryan appeared out of nowhere and said, yes. I'm like, huh?
That would have been fucking hilarious. But that did not happen.
Obviously, that didn't happen.
It would have been a fucking comedy match at that fucking point because they'll be like, delete the bar. Yes. Delete the bar. Yes.
What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. And then Austin comes out. What? I'm just kidding. Obviously, none of that happened. We're just taking the piss now at this point. But anyway, Wyatt got tagged in, nailed a running tackle on Cesaro. Then Sheamus tagged in and got advantage over Wyatt with stomps on him. And then we see Sheamus freaking kicked Wyatt down, but Wyatt then came back up with a clothesline. Yep. A little later on in the matchup, the crowd was chanting delete for Matt Hardy, but Cesaro got a cheap shot on Hardy, sitting him throat. Yeah, that's it, English. Sitting him throat first onto the top rope, leading to Sheamus hitting a clothesline on Hardy. Right?
Yeah.
And then we see the typical double team, and double team and a double team kick by Sheamus and Cesaro, and double team and a double clothesline from Sheamus and Cesaro, followed by Sheamus hitting a knee drop onto Matt Hardy. Of course, Hardy fought back. Cesaro got tagged in and got a 2 count following an uppercut and a gut wrench suplex. At this point, the bar looked a little bit frustrated, but, they kept going at it. Until Hardy snuck up with a surprise roll up on Cesaro for a 2 count, right?
Yeah.
That was too close to call, am I right? And of course, after a couple of near 2 counts for Hardy or for Cesaro and Sheamus here, Matt Hardy came back with a side effect on Sheamus, and Matt Hardy got the hot tag on the Wyatt, right?
Yeah.
And after clothesline and a cross body block, 2 counts, Sheamus freaking got a cheap shot on the Wyatt, which saw Cesaro get another 2 count. 2 counts everywhere for this tag match, am I right?
Yeah.
It's like, here, you get a 2 count, or you get a 2 count, or you get a 2 count.
Here, you get a delete, you get a bar. You get a delete, you get a bar. You get a delete, you get a bar. You get a delete, you get a bar.
What? and then Sheamus, then near the end of the match, Sheamus dumped Matt Hardy out of the ring, and then Wyatt did the upside down pose in the corner to taunt Sheamus, which freaked Sheamus out, right?
Fucking spider ass walk that he did.
Spider walk, yeah. Yeah, then Wyatt hit the Sister Abigail on the Sheamus, followed by Matt Hardy tagging in, and Matt Hardy and Sheamus did a double team elevated twist of fate on the Sheamus, and then followed by Hardy covering Sheamus to win the match and the Raw Tag Titles for himself and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this one?
You said Hardy and Sheamus. You meant Bray Wyatt
Or Hardy
and
and
Sheamus.
Hardy and Wyatt. God, so many names. The Sid English really didn't. My Sid English degree doesn't really help much.
You're Sid English.
My Sid English master's degree doesn't really help anything.
You fail. Then you go back to Sid school.
Here, where do you think I got this diploma from?
Oh wait, you can't. He passed away.
Yeah, and it was the same academy where I got this friggin' Steiner math degree from.
Well, go back to Steiner math.
But anyway, your thoughts on Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt winning the Raw Tag Titles here.
Like I said, they really dropped the ball on this tag team. They could have gone a lot farther than they did.
Yeah, instead they had the reign as Raw Tag Champions lasted, about a couple months before they dropped them to Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas.
Yeah, the B team.
And fun fact here, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt were siblings, and that's the only time they actually faced off against each other in the WWE ring was that tag match on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Figure that one out. Right?
Yeah.
Which we'll obviously review at some point. Right?
Yep.
But the match itself, the tag match itself, I thought it was decent. It was good. I mean, yeah, it was a feel-good moment seeing the late Bray Wyatt actually win is a championship match. But like you said, the team with Matt Hardy could have been a whole lot better, or lasted a little bit longer than it did.
Yeah.
Because just like how the team of Sheamus and Cesaro brought together, and they were a long-term tag team, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt also began as rivals and then morphed into this tag team.
Yeah, they freaking started off as rivals, and then they had the ultimate deletion match.
Yep. Pretty much similar to how Sheamus and Cesaro started. They started as rivals, just beating the hell out of each other, and then they came together as a tag team and lasted for a good couple years. You think they would have done the same with Wyatt and Hardy here, but nah. Right? Yeah. So yeah, I understand what you're getting at there. So yeah, after the match, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt celebrated as the Raw tag team champions. Yes, and then afterwards we see a video package hyping up the next match. Well, it wasn't really a hype video package. It was just what happened in the previous weeks before this event with U.S. champion.
Jinder Mahal getting his ass beat by Jeff Hardy.
Yes, it was U.S. champion Jinder Mahal demanding the same treatment from then general manager Kurt Angle to get the same treatment as Brock Lesnar does, only to get his ass kicked by returning Jeff Hardy here and had the U.S. title taken.
Yeah, and he goes to Friday Night SmackDown the same night.
Yep.
Because of the superstar shakeup.
Yeah, and that didn't stop Jinder Mahal from beating down freaking Jeff Hardy on the SmackDown before this event either.
Yeah.
So this was
Jinder. Oh, and who else did Jinder Mahal have by his side?
Oh, yeah. He had Sunil Singh managing him by his side. It was one of the Singh brothers. And we can take solace in the fact that Jinder Mahal's U.S. title reign in 2018 only lasted 8 days. Right?
Yes. A week and a day.
Yeah. So technically Jinder Mahal won the U.S. title at WrestleMania 34 and lost it about a week or two later to Jeff Hardy on Raw. A little over a week later. So yeah, it was U.S. champion Jeff Hardy defending against freaking Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal's rematch. Oh boy. And of course, Jeff Hardy was favoring the left knee because of the attack by Sunil Singh and Jinder Mahal on SmackDown recently, like I alluded to. Right?
Yeah.
So Jinder Mahal went to work on that. Singh grabbed his legs, and Mahal worked over freaking Hardy with a knee drop, awakening the injured body part. Then Mahal...
You were sad that Jinder got hindered.
Yeah, no, you're sad that Hindered got gendered. So, yeah, so Jinder was...
Rephrase that. That did not make any sense.
What?
You said I was upset because the hinder got gender. You mean the gender got hindered?
Yeah, my Sid English education is really showing through here on this review, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, whatever. Jinder Mahal was working on Jeff Hardy's injured leg here. Hell. It's like, hell, we even saw a Jinder Mahal chin lock to Jeff Hardy. Yep, best match of the night. 5 out of 5, instant classic.
No.
Actually, this ain't a classic. It's remembered for another reason. We're about to get to that reason, too. And then freaking... Yeah, and the crowd was booing at Mahal as he worked over, as he controlled Jeff Hardy with his chin lock, which that means the fans don't know good wrestling when they see it. Am I right?
Yeah.
And of course, both of them eventually got knocked down. Freaking Jeff Hardy got a 2 count. Jeff Hardy got a 2 count after a double leg drop to the groin and a drop kick, right? But yeah, here's the point. Jeff Hardy freaking nailed freaking Mahal with two boots in the face up in the corner, right? Hardy went for the whisper in the wind afterwards, and this is the part that everyone remembers from this match. Jeff Hardy ended up hitting the whisper in the wind, totally missed Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal awkwardly just fell backwards, as if the move connected when clearly it didn't. It's like John Cena pushed him over or something.
He covered that shit up so well. He's like, oh, the shockwave of the move resonated with Jinder's legs, so he fell.
Like, even the explanation didn't make sense. I'm like, what?
I'm like, what the fuck? Jinder Mahal clearly stood the fuck up.
Just stood still, and he was like, oh shit. Yeah.
Basically, they botched that because Jinder Mahal was supposed to stay down, and Jinder's like, fuck this. Or he thought it was in the part or whatever. And he's like, fuck this, and then he just catches the back of Hardy's foot, which makes like, oh yeah, I remember, I have to fall.
I mean,
I'm like, wow, that was so smooth. No, it was not smooth.
or you can look at it like this. Or you can look at it like this from a freaking wrestling meme standpoint. Jeff Hardy goes to Whisper in the Wind, does not catch Jinder Mahal, then Jinder Mahal gets shoved over by John Cena, who we couldn't see. You can look at it that way too, but still, really, that's like the closest to make sense that it could be. It just looked all bad. That's what this match is remembered for, unfortunately. It's that terrible botch, right?
Yes.
But either way, shortly after that, Jinder Mahal tried to freaking nail the Colossus on Jeff Hardy, but Hardy avoided it. Rolled up freaking Mahal for a 2 count, and then Jeff Hardy then nailed the Twist of Fate, and then went up to the top rope and hit a Swanton Bomb. I'm surprised freaking Mahal was able to get hit by that for a 3 count. Right?
Yep.
To retain the U.S. Championship. Your thoughts on this? Besides the obvious botched move, your thoughts on this one?
It was a match. That shit was just. Even when I'm like, huh? Even when Corey Graves went back and was saying, oh, he was doing it, I'm like, huh?
Like, what? That would be like, I don't know, that would be like me freaking running up to you in real life. That would be like me trying to freaking like shoulder tackle you, totally miss, and then you fall over anyway on your own accord. It's like a cartoon at this point. Like, what the hell was that? Right? Or something, right? It was just, yeah, I've seen way better matches from both. I really hate to say it, not that I watch a whole lot of Jinder Mahal matches, but you know what I mean. He had better performances than this.
Yes.
So yeah, translated this. It was bad. So yeah, moving on from that friggin' awkward encounter. It's like Jeff Hardy did get a freaking nice ovation from the crowd as he posed with the U.S. title, but I bet even they knew as well that was just awkward, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then they showed a freaking video promoting freaking World Wish Day on that Sunday, the day after, for Make-A-Wish again, and then they freaking... Yeah, and then they showed the freaking announced team with Byron Saxon out there, and then we went up to the kickoff show desk with Byron Saxon, Jerry Lawler, and Jim Ross and Booker T talking about the next matches that are supposed to come up for the show. Right? And the only reason for this is that I guess there was a 15 intermission for a freaking for a prayer for the people over there in Saudi Arabia that WWE did not mention at all. So that's why there was a lot of like talking and stalling. Right?
Yeah.
I guess it's tradition there in every freaking like event there that happens. Or something. Yeah, and then there was a video package interview with Jericho and Daniel Bryan. Also to break down what they're about the Royal Rumble match. And pretty much them mentioning that they're both going to win it. And I'm just thinking to myself, one or both of you is lying, right? At this point.
Yeah.
But anyway, returning back after all that, the SmackDown tag titles were on the line next as the Bludgeon Brothers, which was which was Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, defended the SmackDown tag titles against the Usos, which is Jimmy and Jey Uso, obviously, right? So both make their entrances, and this was a short matchup here. I mean, the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan at this time were booked to be badasses, pretty much destroying the competition. I mean, hell, they won the SmackDown tag titles at WrestleMania 34 in quick fashion, as we know, dominating fashion, right? Oh boy, and the freaking yeah, and then freaking Jimmy and Jey were worked over by Rowan and Harper in the corner early in the matchup. Rowan hitting a neck breaker for in a running splash for a 2 count. Can you imagine if that was 3 right there? I'd be like, shortest tag match ever, right?
Yeah.
And that begs a question. In the history of WWE, I wonder, has there ever been a tag team match in WWE history, more specifically pay-per-view history, that ended with no tags being made? In quick fashion, I don't know. Right? Look at that. Rowan was in control
Get back to me on that because I think I know one.
It could have been a Survivor Series match or whatever. It's like Rowan was grinding freaking the sides of Jey Uso's head with his fist, saying, "Oh yeah, that's a move to
Yeah,
the
no,
sergeant
Tonga.
slaughter." Right?
It was Cena and Otunga when he was part of the Nexus.
I have to look into that. I'll take your word on that, but I really don't remember anything from the Nexus story. Right? Even though I watched Raw at the time, I wasn't into that story. A little later on, Rowan charged at Jey, but Jey moved out of the ring, and Rowan ate none but ring post. All right? It's like Harper got the tag in. Mr. Gate did a over the top rope bump, right? Out of the ring. A little later, and a little later on near the end of the match, freaking the Usos hit a double kick and a running backdrop and a running double kick by the freaking Usos and super kicks on the Harper and Rowan as well. It's like Jey went up top rope, nailed a superfly splash to Harper for a 2 count. It's like Jimmy got tagged in, and Rowan then took out Jey with a kick, and then Rowan ran over Jimmy on the outside of the ring with a cross body block, right? Yeah, and then Rowan tagged in later on, freaking nailed a splash on Jimmy and also freaking both Rowan and Harper nailed that double team power bomb, which resulted in Rowan covering Jimmy Uso for the 3 count to retain the titles. The Raw Tag Team title match to me was a little bit more entertaining than this. No offense to the late great Luke Harper or anything.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this one? I know I didn't go over everything, but your thoughts on this one?
It's an okay match.
And and if it seems like, these matches were short on this maybe, there's a good reason for it. The main event was like literally near an hour and 20 minutes. So that's why most of these matches were short on this card in length. Plus, there was 10 matches to boot. I'm glad we don't get that in the modern day, am I right?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay, but I feel like the Raw Tag Team title match, even though that was somewhat considered a short match too, was better. On this night, at least. Yeah, and then we see a commercial error for Backlash for the May 6th, 2018, which, oh boy, if I recall, that was also a crappy event. Which I'm pretty sure you're going to make us watch at some point. Knowing you. Right?
Well, this was, at that event, it was also where Big Cass got fired.
Yeah, because following that event, Big Cass, or should we say, in his graphic, Big Ass got fired. Right?
It was because during that time, Big Cass did a scene where he wasn't actually supposed to really do it, and he beat the shit out of a little person.
Which that was a no-no because they told him he couldn't do it and he did it anyway on the SmackDown prior or something.
He did it on the SmackDown prior to the event where he fucking beat the shit out of the little person that he had to dress up as Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
I say little person because I don't want to offend people by saying midget.
Well, you just did. Congratulations. You could have said by saying the other word.
I don't care.
Well, I know you don't, but it's not your YouTube ratings that'll get affected.
That's why I said I used little person and said
Yeah.
I was explaining why.
Yeah.
So no one would take offense to it.
Of course, my YouTube ratings are already in the trash anyway, just based on my commentary. Why? Because I have the tendency to curse a lot, and I know it. Am I ever going to change that? Probably not. Right?
No. They can tell us to, but no.
But anyway, next. But next we see a video package hyping the next match, which was the 4-way ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. With the competitors being Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, The Miz, and Samoa Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, and then when Seth Rollins, Intercontinental Champion at the time, made his entrance, he got a huge ovation from the crowd, and they were joining in for the Burn It Down, oh shit, part of his theme song.
Yes.
You know why I said oh shit after Burn It Down, right?
Yes.
Inside joke. Anyway, Samoa Joe then came out along with the Miz, and then Finn Balor was the last one to make his entrance. Fans were into his entrance poses back when he was actually a face and not just someone who took a lot of losses in the Judgment Day. Honestly, I think Finn Balor could be turning on the Judgment Day in current time as we speak. Signs point to a possible another face turn. Well, let's face it, the Judgment Day group right now, besides Dominic and Liv, it's really going nowhere at this point. Just being honest, but, you know, we can discuss that. We'll discuss more into that probably at the Rumble, at this year's Rumble review or something. I don't know, another day. Right?
Yeah.
Intercontinental Championship hanging above the ring. The only way to win is to pull the ladder down and retrieve the championship. Yes, we know the rules. We've seen ladder matches 11 times, but we always have to have the rules said to us like we're ignorant for these matches. Am I right?
Yeah.
But either way, this was a hard-hitting ladder match. So yeah, what are and some of the big spots was a Rollins hitting a suicide dive onto Balor and then another suicide dive onto the Miz on the other side of the ring, both on the outside. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Samoa Joe then got hit with a ladder on the outside of the ring, which led to Balor hitting a moonsault dive over freaking Rollins and the Miz onto the floor. Which that looked. I can't go through every spot here. We would be here forever. Right?
Yeah.
Back in the ring, freaking Balor set up a ladder, but then Miz knocked Balor down. But then when Rollins came in, whipped Miz face first into the ladder. Then freaking Rollins then nailed a clothesline to the Miz, sending him out there. Rollins had to climb up, pull the freaking championship down, but then Joe came in. They got into a punch scuffle, and then the Miz freaking got back and shoved them both down off the ladder. Right?
Yep.
So yeah, a little bit later on, the Miz set the ladder up under the ring, and this was after all the carnage outside, more carnage on the outside in between. I cannot say all of these spots. Miz set up the ladder under the championship. And then right when it looked like that, Miz freaking tried to climb up the ladder, but Rollins then went after Miz, and the Miz shoved Rollins off the ladder, and everyone was like, oh crap, Miz is going to win, but no. Balor then went up the ladder to go after Miz. Obviously, you had Miz and Balor off on there punching each other, and then Miz got knocked off. But then Miz came back with a freaking backbreaker, followed by a neck breaker onto freaking Balor here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Rollins got up, but then Miz put him down with a DDT as well, right? And at this point, the fans are chanting, "This is awesome," after the carnage they seen. Yeah, then freaking Balor went up to the top rope and connected the coup de grace onto freaking Miz onto the floor, who was out on the floor, right? Or on the Miz, and then the Miz rolled out to the floor, that's what I meant to say. Balor climbed up, but then Joe was right there, so also tried to climb up, so Balor fought him off. But then Joe then freaking put Balor down and freaking locked in the coquina clutch onto freaking Balor, which knocked him out. Yeah, but then Balor freaking recuperated, slowly climbing up the ladder, but freaking Joe then put him on his shoulders and hit a Uranagi slam onto Balor. That looked freaking devastating. Right? Of course, Joe tried to climb up the ladder, but Balor freaking knocked him down as well. And then Balor was near the top of the ladder, near the end, right? Near the top of the ladder, trying to grab the championship. Rollins then jumped off the ropes onto the other side of the ladder. And then Rollins was able to pull the freaking championship down before Balor could. So Rollins retains the championship here. Your thoughts on this one? And what were some spots that I didn't mention that kind of stood out to you?
Samoa Joe using a fucking ladder like a fucking battering ram, beat the shit out of people with it, and bruising the fuck out of everyone.
Exactly. I mean, what's more scarier than Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe with a ladder in his hand. Or any weapon.
Well, also just the ladder doing a botch by his damn self. Fucking Samoa Joe puts the ladder right up in the corner and he's walking away by a freaking nut hair.
Mm-hmm.
The freaking ladder barely misses him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck happened? Did someone sneeze?
Exactly. Yeah, see, I just didn't mention it.
Or did the ladder get upset that he threw Seth Rollins into it and then put the ladder back up in the corner and was going to do that again to someone else? And then Samoa Joe's like, oh, it's already on the ground. Oh, I'm just going to body slam him.
Oh, Jesus.
And he body slammed Finn Balor onto the freaking ladder, which gave him a big-ass welt.
Yeah. So, yeah, your thoughts on this one with Seth Rollins winning to retain the Intercontinental title in this four-way ladder match? To me, it was the best match of the night up at this point.
Yeah, it was okay.
So, yeah, after the match, Rollins celebrated with the Intercontinental Championship. Balor was freaking busted open around his right eye at the end. Probably got busted open hard way near the end, right? You gotta think, this was a time period when WWE didn't do blood. Due to the PG guidelines, so something like that was a big deal, even if it was just shot at the end. Right? Well, they didn't do blood all that often, you know what I mean? And that was just an accident or a mistake. Oh boy, and what did we see afterwards? Oh yeah, then they showed the video of freaking the WWE prospects from the tryouts in Saudi Arabia earlier in the day. Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, and guess who comes out after they announced all of the Saudi Arabia NXT prospects? The Daivari brothers, Ari Daivari and freaking Sean Daivari.
Is it bad? Oh, and before we go any further, when it comes to the 4 finalists for their little like tryout session, is it bad that I only recognized Mansoor? I didn't really care about the other ones, right?
Yeah.
Considering he actually got a few matches, he actually got matches with WWE during their Saudi Arabia shows. I followed this.
Well, he also got a contract with WWE at the point.
Yep. Yeah, and then we seen Area and Sean Davari come out and then rip the freaking Oh yeah, and they were waving the Iranian flag, which whew, that caused a lot of heat over there in Saudi Arabia. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then the Davari brothers would lay into the freaking trainees, saying that they were weak, and said that real athletes come from their country of Iran, which the crowd booed that. And Sean ripped into the guys in his freaking Iranian freaking language or whatever language he speaks. I don't know the correct name for it. Sorry, right?
I think he was speaking Arabic
Ugh.
or something.
Yeah,
Or
it's the same language.
don't get me wrong, Sam, right? It could have been Iranian.
Could have been Iranian.
I don't know.
You know, the same language he would also always spew when he was a manager a decade earlier. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then this resulted in Sean and Arya getting the hell beaten out of them by the freaking tryouts or the trainees in the segment.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we devoted time on a 5-hour show nonetheless to this. This could have just been cut for time.
Yeah.
Knowing that the show was already long enough, they could have just casually mentioned it and introduced him in a video package. The last 4. They didn't need to be in the ring doing this segment. In my opinion. That's just my opinion, right?
Yeah.
And then we see a long video package hyping up the WWE title match against AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, who at this point Nakamura recently turned heel when he decided to have a ball smashing fetish against AJ Styles' phenomenal ones. Oh, remember that feud?
Oh God.
Is it bad that when I think of AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't think of their match they had in Japan, which I'm guessing was a 5-star classic. Prior to both of them signing with the WWE, I think of their WWE feud and the ball smashing fetish. Vince really dropped the ball with this one, didn't he?
Yep.
Could have been something special and memorable, but no, they had to ruin it, right? The only good thing that came out of it was Shinsuke Nakamura's freaking heel theme song, which I still like. Obviously, which he came out to on this show. Right? And then Styles, WWE champion, made his entrance to the ring. The fans were freaking excited, cheering him on like usual. And then Greg Hamilton did the introductions for both. Well, they're both in the ring, and then here we go. And somebody knows Chris Jericho's 1004 holds, because Styles slapped on an arm bar and Nakamura bailed to the floor. If you know what I mean, if you get what I referenced there, you're an OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the ring, they did a lockup, which led to Nakamura doing his "come on" taunt, and then Styles nailed a drop kick, followed by a kick to the back of Nakamura, which sent. Yeah, and then shortly after that, Styles whipped Nakamura into the turnbuckle, and then Nakamura countered with a boot to the face, but then Styles grabbed the ropes. And then freaking Nakamura kicked Styles in the back of the knee, working on the freaking body part. I mean, there was a lot. If the fans were chanting later on, the fans were fanning AJ Styles. They shot fans cheering and clapping when Styles got on offense here. And then Styles then came with a running forearm, followed by a freaking corner clothesline to freaking Nakamura. And then Styles then hit the Uranagi neck breaker for a 2 count. Right? A little later on, freaking Nakamura attempted a Kinshasa, but Styles avoided it for a roll up for a 2 count.
Yeah, whatever it is.
The Kinshasa or whatever it is. Styles then managed to lock the calf crusher submission hold on, but Nakamura crawled over the ropes to get out of the hold. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little later on, they battle on the top rope, and Nakamura teased, hitting a superplex, but Styles slipped out of it and tripped Nakamura up, so both of them were down on the mat a little later on into the match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then right here, they really went in hard with the slugfest, exchanging forearms, punches, forearms. Crowd was getting into it. Nakamura missed a kick, and then Styles connected with strikes, and then Nakamura then tripped up Styles, going for an armbar, right? And then Styles broke free, leading to a freaking Pele kick. And then freaking Styles went for the apron, looking like he was going to hit the phenomenal forearm, but Nakamura moved, and Styles stopped himself from hitting the ref, which, oh boy, freaking stopping from hitting the ref. We never know what's coming. And then Nakamura decided to be a dick to AJ Styles' phenomenal ones yet again. This time, the referee didn't see it, and that got a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
That got 2 count because Styles got his boot on the bottom rope, so he didn't actually kick out. Right?
He didn't get his boot up. He put his hand up onto the top onto the bottom rope.
Or his hand on the bottom rope. Either way, it was a rope break. Then Styles came back with a forearm.
Nakamura had both his legs up in the air for the pin, and AJ was near the rope, so he put his hand up onto the bottom rope.
Ring awareness. Yeah, then after freaking Styles freaking came back with forearms to Nakamura freaking bailed out to the floor. Styles charged in and tackled Nakamura over the announcer's table, right? The referee was counting in the background. And then Styles then sent Nakamura into the barricade, he goes. And then the referee was like, finished his 10 count, counted both men out, ended the match. So the match was ruled a double count out.
Well, you're also forgetting that AJ Styles kicked Shinsuke Nakamura in the Nakamuras.
Yes. So either way, this match ends in a disappointing count out, which obviously means Styles was still WWE champion here. And obviously that also meant that this feud was not over yet.
Yes.
And from here, it would just get worse. Because I think the aftermath is they had another match for the title, I believe, at Backlash, which that match also ended inconclusively with both of them low blowing each other.
Yes, they both kicked each other in the Nakamuras and phenomenal ones.
So yeah, your thoughts on this one? The match was all right, but the ending to me was disappointing. I'm like, we couldn't have a definitive winner here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your thoughts on the match as a whole?
Of his heel entrance as well.
Yeah, the match was all right, but the ending felt flat to me. Like a double count out was just a disappointing cop out to tell the fans, hey, they're still gonna feud, right?
Yeah.
You want to see how this fight's gonna end? Watch the next pay-per-view. And then they do it again at the next pay-per-view. Like, really? And I'm just like, can't this feud just be over with, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they had better matches. This one, I really wasn't. I'm not gonna say I wasn't into it, but right when it was just getting good, that's when the disappointing double count out happened. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go on to the next matchup here, which was the casket match. Ooh. Between Rusev and The Undertaker.
The systematic destruction of Rusev Day.
Yes. So.
And then we have Aiden English singing. Doesn't his singing remind you of someone that we know?
He sings better than Julian Hall. I'm sorry.
Oh.
What?
Another person that we know.
Oh, God. Sorry, Julian Hall sings better than him. But anyway, yeah, but freaking this casket match was unlike the other ones because the Undertaker was competing against Rusev in a casket match on Rusev Day. And I believe this was the last casket match in WWE history. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case here. Freaking, oh yeah, and Aiden English, fun fact, is the late great Eddie Guerrero's son-in-law. So there you go. That's the only family heritage that Aiden English has in the business. Right. So yeah, the Undertaker Rusev was in control at the start. Then the Undertaker fought back, nailed that signature leg drop onto freaking Rusev at one point. And yeah, before this we saw a video package highlighting the Undertaker's like career moments up to this point, a highlight video, right? Forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rusev was in.
Every time Rusev fucking did a offensive move, he'd fucking stop and go, "Yeah, I did it," and then all of a sudden you just see, boing.
Undertaker just get back up, right?
And then fucking Corey Graves was like, "Yeah, Rusev, you don't want to turn around."
Yeah, that was kind of funny to see, right?
And then what does Rusev do? He turns around and goes, "Oh, fuck."
Yep, like they all do, all right? Near the end of the matchup, which there was some good spots here, but the Undertaker performed a choke slam on the Rusev, but actually, no, before that, the Undertaker had Rusev down, called for the casket. Put Rusev in the casket, but Aiden English freaking like distracted Taker long enough for Rusev to get out of the casket. And obviously, Rusev freaking fought back with the Moshka kick or the clothesline to knock Taker down. And
it was a spinning leg kick.
Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that's when the whole like Rusev being like, "Yes, I got him down," only for Taker to get back up and nail the choke slam on the Rusev, right? And he put Rusev.
That was the second time because the first time was when Rusev was trying to throw hands with Undertaker. Undertaker went down and then he got out. And then fucking Taker's like, so you want to throw hands with me?
Mm-hmm.
Literally picks his ass up, throws him into the corner like a child.
Yep.
We're talking about a guy that weighs, I think he was like 350.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 400 pounds, and throws him like a freaking child.
Mm-hmm.
A child!
Yeah. Either way, the Undertaker freaking nailed the chokeslam onto Rusev, rolled him into the casket, and then Aiden English tried to attack the Undertaker. That was the dumbest move he could do, right?
freaking Undertaker, he freaking goes to attack. Undertaker just grabs him by the throat, slams him down, picks him up by the throat again, choke slams, and then what does he do? He tombstones him.
Yeah, tombstone's English.
And then kicks him into the casket next to Rusev.
Yeah, and then the Undertaker promptly closed the lid of the casket on both Rusev and English for the win.
Well, it would have been very funny if Aiden English landed on top of Rusev.
In the 69 position.
Yes.
That's what you're thinking of. Right?
Yes.
Because
he rolled in. He just rolled in there after Taker kicked him in, and he just slid into a freaking open slot. I'm like,
okay.
Okay.
But anyway, I know we didn't go through it as well. Your thoughts on this one?
I still couldn't believe the fucking Taker picked up Rusev like a child and chucked his ass into the freaking corner.
And Rusev's like over 300 pounds himself. Maybe like 280 to 300 something. All right.
I think he was 350 because he was a super heavyweight.
Yeah, he was a big guy. Big guys don't just get tossed around like that.
So I think he was like fucking like 350, almost close to 400.
Well, then again, as we know over the years, part of the Undertaker's supernatural ability is that he has superhuman strength, so.
Well, yes, but he picked up a 350-pound man.
Yeah.
And put him in a fucking corner like a child and just started beating his ass.
Yeah. So, yeah, we get a video package for the next match, which was the... Oh, yeah, your thoughts on the Undertaker-Rusev match, by the way. I thought it was okay. It could have been better, but, you know, it was okay for what it was.
It was a great match.
And yeah, and it was the last casket match in WWE history up to this point, and we'll probably never see another one since The Undertaker retired in 2022 years following this event. Right?
No, they still do casket matches.
A cactus. Yeah, a cactus. That's it. English ain't working for you either. And what the hell is a cactus match? And I am intrigued.
Okay, so you have a casket and a cactus, and you freaking combine them together.
Oh shit! And the only way to win is to throw your opponent in the freaking casket containing a cactus and shutting the lid.
Yes.
While their back is in pain from the cactus needles. Right?
You literally have the ring surrounded by cacti, and you're getting thrown into them.
Or wait, I got a better idea. The cactus match. Oh yeah, basically it's a no disqualification match, and the only way to win is to perform the cactus body slam onto somebody. Into the cactus
you hit them
bush.
With a bunch of cactus jacks, so you have to pick up McFoley and smack them with them.
Yeah, you gotta make him be like the one video that we seen on YouTube, the cactus body slam. That's how you have to win, is to slam your opponent like that in the cactus bush.
Yes.
Oh god, that'd be cringe and painful to see. Right?
Yes.
Which is why it's like, we have extreme matches. How come we never seen a cactus match before? Jeez. Anyway, moving on. That's neither here nor there. We got the Universal title match. They showed the video package promoting this match. Freaking Brock Lesnar re-signed with WWE following WrestleMania 34. That's why he got that definitive win over Reigns to retain the Universal title. And this was a steel cage match for the Universal Championship. Lesnar defending against Reigns here, and oh boy. And this version of Roman Reigns was your favorite version of Roman Reigns, the big dog.
No, this was your favorite with the Roman Empire.
So, since I talked about the other matches, how about you take this one over? What did we see in this cage match between Lesnar and Reigns?
We saw the cage come down. the first entrant to enter the cage was Roman Reigns, your boy.
He was your
Then
boy
we
back then.
had
Brock Lesnar
Paul
come out.
Heyman come out and introduce Brock Lesnar, saying it was the Broctagon.
Yeah, that sounded a little bit cringe, but okay.
Because Brock Lesnar has never been beaten inside a cage, even when he went to UFC, and they kept calling it the Broctagon. So,
yeah, Brock has been defeated in UFC before, but rarely.
not at that time.
Yeah.
He was undefeated.
But anyway, go on.
So he's like, oh, he's the master of the Broctagon, Brock Lesnar. So yeah, the bell rings after Brock Lesnar gets in, and Brock Lesnar hits him with suplex after suplex, and then you think that is done? No, he got a 2 count.
Brock Lesnar could have ended it right there. Brock Lesnar then didn't he nail like 4 more German suplexes and an F5?
He hit him with, after he freaking did the German suplex, he hit him with F5, then German suplex, F5, 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 still 2 count, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count, delete, bar.
What? Yeah, and then Reigns did try to reverse it with 3 Superman punches.
Yes, but that still did nothing.
Reigns then attempted a
Brock just
spear.
fucking ate those.
Then Reigns then attempted a spear, but then Brock reversed it into a second F5 attempt.
Oh no, that was the 4th F5 attempt.
Yeah, whatever, but Reigns avoided it by trying to climb the cage, but both men failed to escape. After this particular point, what did we see?
Brock Lesnar tried to climb out. He failed. And then, Roman Reigns was battling back, got him into front of the cage, and Roman Reigns goes and spears him outside the cage.
And this was after Reigns performed 3 spears for a 2 count.
Yes.
And Heyman stopped, and before that, Heyman stopped Reigns from escaping out the door. So by slamming the door in Reigns' face, which you think about freaking Roman Reigns' long ass title reign that started 2 years after this. That's something we would have never saw. All right.
Yes.
And then, Lesnar removed the MMA gloves, and that's when the freaking spears came out from Reigns. Thus, spearing, and on the 5th spear, freaking Lesnar went right through the cage wall. And this is where the controversy happens. The rule specifically stated that the first person to escape the cage with both feet touching the floor wins. You look on that replay, Lesnar's back hit the floor, but his feet were still dangling on the cage panel. Roman Reigns' feet hit the floor first. Yet, they gave the win to Brock Lesnar instead.
Actually, it wasn't controversial because if you see it, when Brock Lesnar hit, yes, his back hit, but his feet hit the floor on the cage and bounced back up.
Yeah, but...
So...
How did you spot
Brock Lesnar?
Only eagle-eyed viewers would spot that. How the hell did you spot that?
Because I looked.
And you're like slowing the
So
replay.
you can actually see. Yes, people say it's controversial, but his feet touched the ground with the cage end, and then it bounced up his feet. That's why Paul Heyman said Brock Lesnar touched first.
Yeah, and the fans weren't really happy about that one. That just meant Brock went back to his old hidey hole until SummerSlam that year with the title, right?
Well, you can also say technically they both hit their feet at the same time because it was actually like a split second after Brock hit Lesnar's Reigns' feet came down off of the cage.
Yep.
So technically, but it was going to be a no contest, but they had to have a winner at that point.
Yep. So Brock Lesnar retains the title in controversy, but not so much controversy. Only eagle-eyed freaking viewers would notice Lesnar's feet hit touch first by milliseconds. I'm just like, wow, I didn't even catch that. Even at the replay, I didn't catch that. Right?
You can literally see it because they did it in slow, where his feet hit the floor and then bounce back up with the cage.
So, yep. Lesnar walked out with the Universal Championship still. Much to the fans' dismay on this one. Right? But don't worry, Roman, you'll be the most slimy, most hated champion for at least 1,316 days in the future following this. With a character change. As we know now. Right? So now we get to the freaking dang main event of the show. The big 50-man Royal Rumble match. Where the winner got a green trophy and a green Greatest Royal Rumble Championship belt that they will never defend. Oh boy, now where should we begin? Oh, probably entrant number 1. Which was Daniel Bryan. And to Daniel Bryan's credit, he was only cleared to wrestle like, what, a month before this? Or about a couple months before this, considering he only had one match at this point, and that was at WrestleMania in that tag match. Right? Yeah. And number 2 was Dolph Ziggler. And you know what? I don't get why people always make a big deal. Oh, number 1 is being tough. Number 2 starts at the same position. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So after a bit of back and forth, number 3 came out, and it was your boy, Sin Cara. And what would you say Sin Cara's chance of winning this Rumble would be? Mr. Steiner Math?
What?
So what were the chances of your boy Sin Cara winning this Rumble, Mr. Steiner Math boy?
0.77367%.
Yep. So yeah, Sin Cara lasted only a little bit of time. Nailed a powerbomb on the Ziggler, and Cara nailed a senton bomb on the Bryan, but Sin Cara was ultimately eliminated in short, quick fashion, following a super kick from Ziggler and clothesline over the top rope. Right?
Yeah.
And number 4, Curtis Axel came out at number 4. No reaction at all. That showed where Curtis Axel was at this point in his career. Right? Yeah, then Axel went for some forearms on Ziggler and slammed him down. Mark Henry, recently inducted into the Hall of Fame at that point, was number 5. And this was Mark Henry's final WWE match to date at this point. And I'm pretty sure he's retired by now, so. Freaking, it's like freaking he nailed the world's strongest slam on Axel and then dumped Axel over the top rope. So Axel got eliminated by Henry. Right? And now we gotta talk about number 6. Your boy Mike Kanellis.
Nope.
And we all know he was your pick to win this Greatest Royal Rumble match, wasn't he?
Nope.
I mean, you just loved the theme song he and Maria Kanellis had, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, you did. And what was
Oh,
his...
I know you did.
And Mr. Steinermouth, what was the percentage win for Mike Kanellis here at number 6?
Not even a percentage.
Why? Because as soon as he got into the ring, freaking Henry hit him with a clothesline and eliminated him rather quickly.
Exactly.
3 seconds in the match.
It wasn't even 3 seconds.
Maybe like 1 or 2 seconds. Right?
It was 6 seconds, and Santino still holds the record of the shortest amount of time in the Royal Rumble.
And of course, after that quick elimination, we get to number 7, which was Hiroko Asumi, sumo wrestler.
Yes. So we had freaking, basically we had Yokozuna, or not, the sumo wrestler that Big Show fought.
Yeah, and the reason why Hiroko Asumi was freaking put in this rumble, because apparently the Prince of Saudi Arabia wanted Yokozuna in this Royal Rumble match, which there's only one slight problem with that. Yokozuna passed away 18 years prior to this show even's happening, so obviously that was not going to happen. Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, Sumi and freaking Henry freaking had a face-off against each other. They had a stare down. Henry pushed freaking Sumi towards the ropes, and then Henry dumped Sumi out of the ring, eliminating him. And then Bryan and Ziggler worked together to dump Mark Henry out, eliminate Henry shortly afterwards. Right?
Yep.
And then here comes number 8. From your favorite tag team, The Ascension, Victor came out.
Nope.
And nearly tossed out Ziggler, right? Then Victor hit Bryan with a knee from off the middle ropes. And then freaking then Bryan yanked the left arm of Victor and eliminated him out of the ring. So yeah, these entrances are coming and going real quick at this point.
Yeah.
Now we go to number 9, your boy, Kofi Kingston from the New Day.
Nope, that's your boy.
I mean, you were happy to see Kofi Kingston win the championship at WrestleMania 35, you along with everybody else. You can't lie.
No.
Bullshit, right?
I know you were.
Oh, I know I was. So was everyone else. And you were too. You just don't want to admit it.
Nope, Brock Lesnar should have retained.
He fought Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35, not Brock. Brock's who he dropped the title to in like 9 seconds. But whatever, right? But whatever, friggin' Kofi Kingston had a little impressive showing, knocking down Ziggler and hitting a boom drop, whatever. Number 10 was Tony Nese from 205 Live. No one cared, right?
Yes, he got out shortly after he entered as well. By Xavier Woods.
Yeah, after Xavier Woods came out. Number 11, your boy from the Revival, Dash Wilder. And Dash Wilder tried to eliminate Ziggler, and then Cole was freaking out on commentary. How is Ziggler still in this match? He entered at number 2. And then number 12 came out, and it was your pick to win the Greatest Royal Rumble, Hornswoggle.
No, that was your pick. You wanted it to have Swoggle style.
And immediately when Hornswoggle got out, he helped to eliminate Dash Wilder. So Hornswoggle eliminated Dash Wilder. That was a short night for him. And then Hornswoggle then hit a freaking Samoa drop on Kingston, which I'm pretty sure made you laugh. Right?
Yes.
And then Hornswoggle went up the top rope, but Ziggler hit him with a super kick, but Hornswoggle bowed back by biting Ziggler's hand, and then Nese freaking nailed Hornswoggle with a knee to eliminate him. And I know you were a little disappointed to see that.
I didn't need to pick on the little man.
Number 13, Primo Cologne, who I freaking forgot was still wrestling in WWE at this time. The brother of Carlito, right?
Oh, Carlito and Primo were still wrestling for the company at the time. They got released in 2019.
Yeah, then Primo Cologne then nailed a springboard off the top rope, slipped. Crowd didn't really like it. They didn't boot it. They didn't care. Whatever. Number 14, Xavier Woods from the New Day. Yeah, then Primo then tried to get the New Day guys out, but freaking Kingston landed on Woods' back, and then Woods then climbed to the top rope with Kingston on his back, let him back in upon his entrance, right?
Yeah.
And of course, with everyone down, Woods and Kingston did their like New Day freaking dance, and then Tony Nese tried to join them, but Kingston and Woods freaking was like, play a little mind game with Tony Nese, be like, yeah, let's dance, before both of them freaking eliminated Nese from the match, right?
Yeah.
And then on commentary, they're like, yeah, there's no replacing Big E. I'm like, tell that to the New Day from this past year when they put freaking Grayson Waller as Big E's freaking replacement. Right?
Yeah.
And we all know Grayson Waller's your boy anyway. You're like, no, he's not.
Nope.
Yeah, number 15. Do you believe that the 15th entrance has a chance of winning this Rumble match?
Nope.
And number 15 was Bo Dallas. I wonder what he's up to these days. Oh, yeah, he's Uncle Howdy these days. Right? But
Yep.
fans didn't really care. Dallas now clothesline on Woods, and then they had to point out that Bryan and Ziggler had been in the match for 20 minutes at this point. Number 16 was the Raw general manager at the time, Kurt Angle, who was about a year away from retirement, right at this point. Angle nailed 2 German suplexes, and he tossed out Primo and Bo Dallas, so see you later, Bo. Right? I believe you have been eliminated from the Rumble. Right?
He couldn't believe he got eliminated.
Yeah, then Ziggler charged at Angle, but Angle caught him and nailed a overhead belly-to-belly suplex to eliminate Ziggler out of the match. So Dolph Ziggler's gone, right?
Yep.
And then number 17, Scott Dawson. There's really nothing happening at this really point. No elimination so far. 18 was Goldust with freaking Goldust number 18. Michael Cole noted that it was his 13th Rumble appearance, only trailing behind Kane, who had 17 appearances. Right?
Yeah.
And then Goldust sent Woods into the apron, but Bryan was on the top rope, nailed a flying knee to freaking Kingston. Right?
Yeah.
And number 19, your boy Connor of the Ascension came out next.
Nope. And then number 20, your boy, fucking
Elias.
Yours and Michael Cole's.
No, you were a big Elias fanboy back in the day. Don't you lie.
Nope.
Yeah, you were.
Nope.
And what does WWE stand for? And everyone chanted, walk with Elias. We all know you yelled that too back then.
No, we know you did.
And then Elias took about 1 minute to get to the ring. And Elias then would eliminate Kingston, Woods, and Connor of the Ascension while they were battling against the ropes. Which I know that disappointed you because you wanted Connor to go all the way to the end, didn't you?
Nope, that was you yet again.
And of course, number 21 was Luke Gallows. Then the fans didn't really cheer him. They kind of just, it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then Angle and Bryan were going at each other. Angle freaking hurt a German suplex with Bryan landing on his stomach. But then Bryan came back with kicks to the chest. Angle went for the ankle lock. Bryan fought out of it. But then Angle hit a freaking angle slam on Bryan here. And then Elias freaking then eliminated Angle shortly afterwards. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So Angle's gone. Number 22, the Man Beast Rhino. I'm surprised he's not in the WWE Hall of Fame yet. To be honest.
He will be.
And then Bryan was in the match now for 30 minutes, as noted by Michael Cole on commentary. Drew Gulak was number 23. No one really cared. He didn't really do much in the initial moments in the match or when he got in there. Number 24 was Tucker Knight, Otis's tag partner at the time on NXT. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Tucker then eliminated Gulak easily when he got there, which, so much for Gulak making an impact. He really didn't. And number 25 was glorious as freaking Bobby Roode freaking entered the match. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was his first. That was his first Rumble.
Yeah, and with all the experience that Bobby Roode has and all the years he had in the business at the time, it's hard to believe that was his first and probably only Rumble match. Of course, then again, to be fair, for a good portion of Bobby Roode's career was spent in TNA, so I get it, right?
Yeah, well, they never had a Rumble in TNA.
The closest they had in TNA was reverse battle royals and all that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Goldust got eliminated shortly after Roode got in the ring, and then Roode then eliminated Dawson with a slingshot into the corner. Right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. And I'm gonna try to make this quick. Number 26, Fandango.
Fandango, or as he is better known as he is now retired, is JCD.
Yeah, and then Corey Graves and Michael Cole was freaking going at each other, wondering, oh, how did you know it was freaking Fandango and not Breeze? And not freaking Tyler Breeze. And Cole was like, it said Fandango on the screen. Read. Jeez. All right.
And also, Fandango has a different entrance than Breeze.
And then Elias avoided elimination, whatever. And Cole had a creepy erection for freaking Elias throughout this freaking match. You notice that on commentary?
Yeah, he kept saying, yes, keep going. No, 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 no. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, 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 no.
And at number 27 was freaking El Grande Americano. I mean, Chad Gable.
We had pre El Grande America. Well, pre Chad Gable, Shorty G. Well, pre Chad Gable, pre Shorty G, pre Gable, pre El Grande Americano.
Yeah, and then freaking Gable had Knight on his shoulders, dropped with electric chair drop, whatever. Number 28, Rey Mysterio had a good ovation coming out to the ring. Mysterio eliminated Gallows easily. Obviously got to get a response from that one. Yeah, and then 29, Mojo Rawley, right? And Mojo Rawley was the Andre Memorial Battle Royal winner from the previous year. Yeah, and then number 20 was Tyler Breeze of Breezango, which Michael always said, see, look, there, it says Tyler Breeze on it. I'm like, we're going back to this discussion again, really, guys?
Yes.
And usually number 30 would be the last entrance, but no, we got 20 more to go.
Yes.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden... Yeah, and it was also known that Daniel Bryan was in the ring now for 43 minutes, right? Number 31, Big E of the New Day, the most, and what you call your favorite member of the New Day. Let's be honest here, right?
The fucking good wrestler of the New Day was fucking Big E.
Yeah, and then Big E
when they got rid of Big E because of his injury, they kind of went nowhere at this point.
Yeah, and then Big E freaking pulled pancakes out of his tights and threw them at freaking Tucker here. And Saxon was excited about the pancakes, more excited than anyone should be about pancakes, to be honest.
He
And then
had
E
a
nailed
raging
a
heart
big
on
ending on. Yeah, and then Big E nailed the big ending on freaking Tucker and eliminated Tucker from the match. And then number 32 came out, and it was Carl Anderson of the Good Brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then freaking Anderson then nailed a kick on Brian, followed by a spine buster on Rude. And at this point, you could see the discoloration on Brian's chest starting to form in this match, right? Number 20.
That looked like hamburger meat.
Yep. Number 23, Apollo Crews. Crews got in there, standing moonsault on the Gable, and then Crews then tossed Gable out of the ring to eliminate him. So it's like, later, Gable. See you in about freaking like, I don't know, 7 years when you're El Grande Americano. Wait, what? And number 34 was Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era from NXT. You remember that group?
Yes.
They're actually a good group. They were actually a good group back in NXT. One of the reasons why NXT was popular back then. Or one of the many reasons, I should say. Not that I watched it, but I heard about them, right?
Yeah.
Roderick Strong nailed a dropkick on Elias and a backbreaker on Rude. And freaking nailed a backbreaker on Anderson and Mysterio as well. And Strong then eliminated freaking Rhino. At number 35, it was Randy Orton, right? Who could have possibly won his third Royal Rumble match here, tying Austin's record. Now, what's your percentage on Orton ever tying Austin's record?
33, 3/4%.
Orton nailed some clotheslines and a powerbomb on Anderson, whatever. And then freaking Orton then eliminated Anderson and eliminated Crews as well. After he nailed Crews with a freaking RKO. Number 36.
That was an impressive RKO because Apollo Crews is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna freaking flip and do this, and then all of a sudden RKO out of nowhere, he's just laying flat like roadkill.
Yep. Yeah, and then Heath Slater, number 36. Number 36 come out, and beware, he has kids. That's why he's doing this. Remember that gimmick? Oh boy, so basic. Yeah, no one gets eliminated here. Freaking Slater tried to eliminate Elias, but Elias held on, whatever. It's like number 37 was Bubba Tunde, I think, who would go on to be Commander Aziz later on, right?
Yes.
Huh. Yeah, and then they showed, and he ran over freaking Rude with a shoulder tackle. They showed Daniel Bryan's chest, red marks all over it. Looked like hamburger meat. Number 38 was Baron Corbin. And Corey Graves knows that Baron Corbin won the Andre Memorial Battle Royal a few years prior to this, whatever. And as soon as Corbin got there, he pulled Elias out of the ring and whipped him into the steel steps. Elias wasn't eliminated. Then Corbin would kicks and everyone, nailed a deep 6 on Mysterio and looked impressive. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then freaking, then Corbin slid, hit a freaking clothesline on Strong. Corbin dumped Rude over the top rope, and then Corbin then eliminated Strong as well. Yeah, and then we seen it. Who in this Royal Rumble was number 39, and why is this Rumble so memorable?
Strowman, the monster among men.
No. This was before Strowman's entrance. Why? It's like, why is this event known for one flub up on an entrance?
Oh, we had Titus World Fall.
Titus World Slide.
Titus World Slide.
Yeah, Titus O'Neil came charging down the ring. Number 39 tripped and he slid literally under the ring.
Yes.
which the freaking commentators were taking the piss out of during the whole minute and a half
They
duration.
all shit. Because they're like, wait, well, did I just see what I think I saw? Did Titus O'Neil just, well, we're going to go back and then they just lost their shit.
And they replayed it like 3 other times. Even when number 40, who was Dan Mather, that no one cared about, came out, they were still talking about it. And it's become a meme ever since. Right?
Yes.
And obviously, Titus O'Neil spoke about that. He goes, that was unintentional, but it created a viral moment. And his personal Royal Rumble moment.
Yeah.
And of course, number 41 was the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Whew. As soon as Braun Strowman got in the ring, he freaking dominated. He dumped Babatunde out of the ring, Mouth out of the ring, eliminated Slater. And everyone tried to eliminate Strowman and gang up on him, but it didn't happen. Ty Dillinger came out at number 42. And freaking Strowman dumped O'Neil and Strong, right?
Yeah.
Out of the ring. I guess Strong was eliminated earlier, like I stated. This is a long rumble to get to. Give me some slack here on this one. Friggin', yeah, but then Mysterio then hit a drop kick and connected a 619 onto Strowman. Friggin' Orton hit an RKO, but Mysterio hit Orton with a seated senton off, but then Corbin then nailed Mysterio with a clothesline, eliminating him out of the match. Then Orton then eliminated freaking Corbin, and then Elias eliminated Orton from the match. So Strowman then knocked Elias down, leading to Elias freaking going out to the floor. I don't remember if he was eliminated at this point. He wasn't. And then Curt Hawkins came out at number 43. And they noted that Curt Hawkins was on a massive losing streak at this time, which he was. And they're like, yeah, that ain't going to end right here. So Hawkins did the second best thing. What?
He was nearing 200 losses.
Yeah. And then Hawkins then tried to do the second best thing he could have done all night, which was turn and run away. The best thing he could have done all night was not even enter the match. Right? But Strowman chased him down and attacked him on the entrance ramp. And then he brought Hawkins back to the ring just to eliminate him. Right?
Yep.
I'm like, well, later. And then Strowman then ran over Bryan, who was on the floor. And then Strowman then freaking, he attacked everyone before eliminating, on the outside, before eliminating Hawkins out of the match. Yeah, and then back in the ring, Strowman charged on Elias, but Elias moved out of the ring and hit nothing but turnbuckle. 44 was Bobby Lashley. And Lashley eliminated Elias, much to Michael Cole's dismay. All right? So, yeah, Elias was in the match for a little over a half hour. Of course, the big story was Daniel Bryan at this point. And number 45 was your pick to win this one, the Great Khali. You know I'm right.
Nope.
And of course, the Great Khali had to take his slime, get into the ring. He could walk very slowly at this point. You know, his best days were behind him. But once he got into the ring, freaking Khali freaking delivered a chop to Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Daniel Bryan. But Lashley and Strowman double teamed and eliminated Khali. Number 26, Kevin Owens. Or number 46, Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens came out with a cannonball for Lashley and Strowman. And then Shane McMahon came out at number 27, went to attack freaking KO, since those two were rivals at this point. Which led to Shane kicking Owens in the head and then DDTing him, and then Shane danced around the ring, and then he had to stare down with Daniel Bryan. And they joined forces to double team Owens with the yes kicks, right? And number 48 was Shelton Benjamin, your boy. I'm surprised he left his mom at home. Ha ha. Right?
No, he's your boy.
No, he was your boy. You know it, right? Oh boy. Yeah, and then freaking Strowman then tossed Benjamin down, and then Benjamin then tried to attack him. And that Owens told everyone, "Hey, we gotta get him. We gotta get him out." But then Strowman fought, but they all tried to go after Strowman, but Strowman fought him off in the corner. Big Cass was number 49, right? So Cass worked over Bryan with punches and kick, and Cass in with a kick to Strowman, and then Benjamin nailed a knee onto Strowman, and Lashley freaking tackled Strowman, and then Shane hit the coast to coast on the Strowman, with Shane McMahon nailing Strowman in the chest, right? Yeah, then Cass then freaking hit a splash on the Owens in the corner. Number 50 was Chris Jericho. The last entrant in this one was Jericho, someone that you want to see make a return at this year's Rumble, don't you?
Yes.
At least those are heavily rumored, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then Jericho had the freaking light up scarf, which Michael Cole accidentally said his jacket. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Kevin Owens, who had a history with Jericho, was waiting and ready for him. Right?
Yep.
Of course, Jericho got in, nailed the freaking Lionsaw on Owens. Freaking Jericho then nailed a clothesline on a Benjamin, eliminating him from the match over the top rope. Then Jericho applied the walls of Jericho on Owens in the middle of the ring, going, "What?" And he gave the little shrugs, like, "Well, we can't eliminate him this way, but I'll do it anyway. I'll lock it in anyway."
Yep.
And I believe this was Jericho's last match in WWE before he went to Japan and eventually formed AEW, or helped form AEW. By the way, right?
Yeah.
Then Cass nailed a big boot onto freaking Jericho. Yeah, and then freaking Lashley tried a delayed suplex on the Cass, but he couldn't get him up all the way, and it looked like a rough landing for Cass, right?
Yeah.
Ugh, fuck. And then yeah, and then Daniel Bryan was freaking in the corner, nailed a corner drop kick on the freaking Owens. Shane McMahon got on the top rope, at Bryan's request, saying get him with a coast to coast. But then Strowman got up on the apron, who was outside previously, freaking grabbed Shane by the neck and then tossed him off the freaking top turnbuckle through the announce table. Right? Thus
Yeah.
eliminating Shane McMahon in the process. Right? And the fans were chanting, This is awesome." And then Strowman caught Lashley by his arms and then
And
dumped.
Michael Cole and Corey Graves are yelling, "Get the medics! Get
Yes.
the medics!"
Yep. And then Strowman shortly afterwards eliminated Lashley by tossing him out of the rope. And Strowman then eliminated Jericho out as well. Followed by Owens. So, yeah, So Owens was eliminated, Lashley eliminated, Jericho eliminated, Shane McMahon eliminated, all in short order by Strowman here. So we got Strowman,
Yep.
Cass, and Daniel Bryan, who's been in there, who broke the record at this point for the longest time in the Rumble. Right?
Yep.
Strowman was up against the ropes. Bryan tried to dump him out. And then Strowman managed to hang on, but then Cass nailed Bryan in the head with a kick, knocking Bryan down, who was weak, who was so dang weak he could barely defend himself at this point due to all the action, right, in this match. So Cass easily eliminated Daniel Bryan. And the record that Daniel Bryan left was freaking 1 hour and 16 minutes in the match. So that's the longest record in the Royal Rumble as of to date.
Yeah.
So Strowman and Cass were the final two in this one. Cass tried to clothesline Strowman out, but then Strowman then freaking caught Cass, put him on the top rope to crotch him on the rope. And and then after after crotching Cass on the rope, making the top rope go up and down, Strowman got back in the ring, ran up the ropes, and then hit freaking Cass with a shoulder tackle to eliminate him and win the
Trump
match.
was already in the ring. He freaking just literally ran to the ropes and did what he normally did when he goes outside the ring and freaking just
Shoulder tackle Cass off the
shoulder
over the top rope,
tackled him off the rope.
over the top rope, and eliminated Cass, thus winning the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yes, he is the longest reigning defending.
He's not defending. That's where you're wrong. He's never defended the title at all.
Doesn't matter. He's the longest reigning defending champion.
Non-defending champion. So yeah, Braun Strowman won the Greatest Royal Rumble match. And after the match, Strowman celebrated and the crowd cheered for him, celebrating with the trophy and the title belt that came with it. Which to this day, after it was presented to him by the Saudi officials and Vince McMahon, fireworks went off in the stadium while freaking Strowman posed with the championship belt that he never defends. And then the show signed off the air after freaking a video package highlighting the show aired. So, yeah, your thoughts on this long ass 50-man Rumble match?
It was good.
Should they do any more 50-man Royal Rumble matches in the future? Hell no. It's just too long of a match. Keep it at a comfortable 30. That's long enough. And just think, we still got to review 2011's Royal Rumble, which that had 40 men in it.
Yes, which had Alberto Del Rio win.
Oh God, no one wants to remember that. So yeah, I thought it was a good Royal Rumble, long as hell, but you know, whatever. Whatever. I mean, I've seen worse Rumbles than this, and those were the 30-man variants, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
So either way, I thought it was a good Rumble. Was it the greatest Royal Rumble match I've ever seen, as the title says? No, but I've seen a lot worse than this. Trust me. So yeah, if I was gonna place, where would I place this in a Royal Rumble list? I would probably place it as like maybe number 5 in my top 5 favorite Rumble matches, but that's it. It's just too long and enduring of a match to see, right? But anyway, here we go. Here we go with our favorite portion of the review, like I always say. Our rating system. John Cena defeating Triple H in the opener. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
You enjoyed it slightly more than I did. Cedric Alexander defeating Kalisto to retain the Cruiserweight title. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5. What?
3.
Okay. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy defeating Cesaro and Sheamus to win the vacant Raw Tag Team titles. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
4.
Jeff Hardy defeating Jinder Mahal to retain the United States Championship that featured that botched spot. I gave that one 2 3/4 out of 5.
4.
You enjoyed that match way more than I did. The Bludgeon Brothers defeating the Usos to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
3.5.
Seth Rollins defeating Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz in that fatal 4-way ladder match to retain the Intercontinental Championship. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
3.5.
AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura fighting to a double countout for the WWE Championship. I gave that one 2 out of 5.
1.
And I thought I was being generous by saying it was 2. Undertaker defeating Rusev in that casket match. I gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
4.5.
Brock Lesnar defeating Roman Reigns in that steel cage match to retain the Universal Championship. I gave that one 2.5 out of 5.
3.
And Braun Strowman winning the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble match. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5, yes.
So my personal final grade for the Greatest Royal Rumble from Saudi Arabia in 2018 is a solid B.
Yeah.
So would you agree with the B grade?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our thought. That's our review and our thoughts on the Greatest Royal Rumble.
I
I hate to ask. Okay. I hate to ask, but next week for the classic pay-per-view review is your choice. And after you're complaining and bitching about me picking this event for us to watch this week, I hate to ask this question. What classic pay-per-view review are we doing next week? The ball is in your court now.
Let me check. It's going to be a Royal Rumble since that's just around the corner after my pick.
Because after your pick for next week is the 2026 Rumble that we have to review, yeah.
It's just right around the corner.
Yeah, a week from Saturday at time of recording.
Yes.
Give it to me.
It could be the 2015, because we already did 2015.
Yeah, we did 2015's Rumble. That was my pick, and you called me an asshole for that.
No. No.
Oh, boy.
We are going to watch 2022 Royal Rumble.
You fucking piece of shit. Why do you gotta make me relive that fucking trash? I mean, shit. When that event happened, 4 years ago, I hated it then, watching it on Peacock.
I
mean, it wasn't all bad. I mean, we had the Universal title match with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins that Seth Rollins cosplayed as a Shield freaking attire again. We had Brock Lesnar versus freaking Bobby Lashley for the W title, but you might as well just say the 2022 Rumble was really freaking botched, and it was mostly a freaking Rumble filled with the wins handed to top 2 UFC stars. God damn it! And the critics hated it, and so did I. You motherfucker torturing me with that show, you son of a bitch. Well, I'm going to get you back. I don't know how I'm going to get you back, but I'll get you back. You son of a bitch.
No, you won't, because every time you try to pick one, I actually like the event. And then when I pick the event, I always pick. Or we could always try to do WCW.
I'm not doing anything WCW right now. I don't want to rot my brain now. And plus, this is Royal Rumble season. You fucking son of a bitch. So yeah, thanks to this dickhead. Next week we get to review how bad the 2022 Royal Rumble is. Thanks a lot for making me relive that, asshole.
Yes.
You're like, you're welcome.
You're welcome, buddy.
Lord help me with this one. Next week we'll be reviewing 2022 Royal Rumble. Just see how bad it is. Again. Anyway, until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.